Right, let's hope it works tonight. I've had a few issues with the stream recently. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure if it's the PlayStation. I'm not sure if it's YouTube. But I've managed to set up fairly quickly tonight, which is rare. I'm just going to quickly, if you give me 2 minutes, I'm just going to try and get the comments up. Right, what have we got? Let's see if the sound's okay. That sounds okay. Nikita, hi Nikita, how are you doing? Pro Game Lizard, hello mate. Nikita, so how about you sent me a book about genocide? Question, I've got, this author counted famine genocide, and why you count China as true communism? It's like, read the book and see if you're interested in it. Read it. It's a really interesting book, and I mean it's sort of. I use that book as something to study alongside another book, so I sort of use bits from that book, and then bits from another book, which sort of help me sort of reading between the lines and fill in the gaps of stuff. So I'll need to send you another book basically to sort of understand it fully, I suppose. But it's an interesting read anyway. You should probably give it a look. Tonight I'm going to do some offline immersion, realism mode. What I've gotten tonight, I've took all the HUD off as usual, but I've also got single bolt loading on, so I think I have to manually put each bullet or round into the magazine, so into the weapon. So we'll see anyway. We'll see. Let's see how it goes. Start a custom game. Front lines. We'll go on door mount, I think, first. I'm feeling door mount today. Max players, I don't think anyone can join anyway, so I'll just put this all the way down. Fill with bots fully. Bot difficulty down to easy for now because I'm not sure what it's going to be like. We'll do unspecified for you. Today I'm playing as the Canadians, I think. I fancy playing as the Canadians, so we'll do that. And we will come up against Pioneer Regiment. Ability cooldown on short as usual, friendly fire on, and friendly fire penalty off. Let's play. Right, here we've got Xavier. Hello, hi mate, how are you doing? Pro Game Lizard, you're starving. Get some food. Get some food. I had a pizza tonight. I sort of. I think it's the best sort of food to have when you've got a hangover. I think anyway. Let's see how this goes. Someone told me in the comments a few. I don't know what video. I don't know if it was a video or a live stream. They said, try do the manual reloading. So I thought, yeah, I'll try that out. So we'll see how that goes. It might be easy, might not be. Not sure what buttons it is. So, Pro Game Lizard, meatballs maybe. Yeah, get to them. Meatball sandwich. You, I don't know if I might have told you this already because you said that I think it was a week ago. One of the streams, it made me want to have one. So I actually went to the shop and bought a tin for the first time in like 7 years or something. Hebo, have you read anything about the Soviet Union? I would read this book about China only because I want to know what this guy wrote, but I got no interest in Chinese way of building communism. Well, I think to understand it properly and to understand why people say it failed, you should, because then that will help your argument in the long run as well, Nikita. Because when people go, communism's failed and this, that, and the other, then you can go, well, why? And someone goes, oh, well, look at China, for example. You might be able to find something that we haven't seen, if you know what I mean, and sort of, if you see where I'm coming from, it'll help you as much as it'll help me in my argument. You know, it's interesting. Right, here we go. So yeah, playing as the Canadians today because I was playing as the Canadians online and I was using the P14 rifle and I just fucking love it. It's a great gun. Might have hit him. So that reloading doesn't seem to have done much. Let's go on options quickly. Controls. So I've got disables automatic cycling of single action weapons. Press primary fire to operate the weapon's bolt hammer after firing. Ah, right, okay. I don't need to do that with this gun, and I'll do it for that as well. Let's do this. Let's see if it works. We just got shot in the head. Shit. I actually think I just shot my own guy there. I've got friendly fire on, so... Yeah, team killed him. There's always a guy in here. Oh, I need to reload. Shit. He should have killed me, I think. Yeah, he's got me. Yeah, I need to remember to do that. Christian Prayers is in the chat. How we doing, mate? Here we go. Straight back in. Now the AI always seems to try and control this tunnel, and online people do as well. But people have started using the main sort of hall within the fort, or the hallway, I'd say, is the main sort of offensive point or defensive point, which is fair enough. It's probably one of the better things, you know. Because if you've got the angle down there, you're going to really struggle to get past, and people do. A lot of people use snipers and shit in here. Try and pick these heads off. Go in for a reload. So I need to remember to manually reload tonight. That's my main thing. If I remember to do that, I'll survive. It's a pretty good gun though, this. I think it's the M1911. One of my favourites. It's probably up there with the Luger on this game as like the best protected weapon. His arm just came off. Nice shot. So we've got a bit of a German offensive coming over. It's going to take two. Just took one as well. Hebo, thing is that people most probably show on Soviet Union or on Pol Pot Cambodia. China's very little interest when talking about. I don't understand why though. Why is it? I think it's kind of big, you know, Nikki. Maybe from what you've heard, but I think from my standpoint, when I've heard people talk about it, I mean, I bring it up all the time because it's such a what I think is a good example of why it doesn't fucking work and why it's very oppressive. Because even in today's China, you've still got little elements of its past sort of oppressive side. It's still there today. It's still very oppressive on the media. I think it's called an intranet, not an internet, where sort of they can monitor and control everything that the people see. So it's still got that sort of communist thing about it, you know. I think I've played Battlefield 1 or Verdun. Oh Jesus. Battlefield 1. Shocking. Don't give EA any fucking money, honestly. I know Battlefield 1 was better than the recent one, but still. Right, if I'm hoping to fall back quickly. Hopefully this fella covers me. What have I got here? Oh, gas. No, I'm not going to use that for now. I'll just hold out on here for a bit. There's a reload. Let's move back out again. It's quite lucky that was my very last bullet to catch the last fella. Let me quickly run back. Nakia, only thing people can ask is China still communist? That's all. And I know the answer to that question. On this question. Well, no, you say that, but I think people who know what they're talking about will dive into a lot more than that. Your average person who just has a very sort of one-sided opinion will just, you know, they'll might say that. But if you get someone who really looks into sort of the policy making and how the country and the state itself's run, and they'll know the answer. Or they don't ask a better question than that, hopefully. Let's try and get a squad in here. Let's move them in here because that left flank's important, but we need to hold this tunnel to win, I think. In fact, I'm surrounded both sides here. Let's get in here. I wonder if they're going to push down. Now they've gone back down the way. It's got a decent range on the weapon. Oh, I'm fucked here. Maybe not. Yeah, it's only a small mag, but it does do a bit of damage. Usually it's about 2 shots per person with this one. But it's a lot more accurate, I think, than the Luger, and it's a bit more... I think it's got a faster fire rate, I'd say. I feel like it fires better than the Luger. Again, it's like personal preference though with weapons. Right, we're pushing straight on. It's good news. Let's get my guys up here. I actually must be nearly out of ammo now. Keep moving, keep moving. I always found the what the Germans wear on the back. I think it's not all classes. I think this maybe is just the Pioneer class, but it might be. I haven't noticed, but it's them sort of backpacks they wear, the circly ones. Or is it the flamethrower that they're wearing? Which I can't remember which German class is the flamethrower, so that might be the flamethrower. Someone might know in the comments. I'm not sure. But it looks pretty cool. It's a nice kill. He sort of spazzed out a bit there. Going in for a flank, but I think, well, that was a good shot. Someone took his head clean off. Really good shot. Push down. Yeah, he's definitely dead. Look at that. So who says Gore isn't working in Verdun? I mean, honestly, I've been playing a lot of online recently, and it's just like, I think it's still pretty big. I think it's because I've got my settings on the way it works. But yeah, online recently, the Gore's, for me, it feels almost back to normal. Quick read of the comments. Nikita, people are just not interested in China because they usually know a little about it, and most things which happened in China aren't even being used as an argument about that this was the true communism. Yeah, I mean, it's people. So I don't know why people always forget about China when looking into communism, but it's important to. You can't leave it out. You can't just look at the Soviet Union and Vietnam and Cambodia. I think people forget about Cambodia as well, actually. But yeah, they should really look into China because it's quite an interesting one. People always say, right, like it's, you know, everyone knows Mao's a bad guy, but a lot of people couldn't tell you why he is. That's why it's an interesting book. It's definitely worth a read. Oh shit! I'm out of ammo. I've got to stop doing that. Got to remember. Got to remember. Because I haven't got my ammo count either on the right-hand side of my screen, so it's I sort of just need to feel when I have a guess when I need to reload. Like now. Let's get in the cover. Let's bring some guys down here, I think. I'm not going to call in gas because that's going to fuck us up, I think, more than anything. We can take this out gas, I think. Spawn back in straight. Here we go. So they're taking the left flank back a bit. For some reason the lighting seems a bit dark on their uniforms. I'm not sure if it's just this map. I know this map sometimes is a bit darker than some of the other daytime maps, but sometimes you can't see who's your team and who's theirs. Quick reload. Let's have a look. I can hear him somewhere. Where is he? Is that him? That's not him. Reload. Nikita, Pol Pot is always a good option to show that communism is a genocidal idea. I think it's just the main examples always led to, you know, a lot of death, and I know you say with capitalism, obviously it is as well, but you know, I don't know. I suppose people argue that. You know, it's the most used thing, so it is working. At the minute, shit, I need to run back to cover. Let's get down a bit. Nikita, Chinese problems with failed policies, which no one will repeat because they're failed. They were very poor policies for the famine, but it wasn't just the policies though as well, Nikita, because you had the rural killings in like sort of villages and towns and stuff. Where sort of neighbours were killing each other with fucking spades and shit because of sort of different political ideologies and stuff, not agreeing with each other. I think I'm not sure if that's in that book. I'm not sure if that's in the other book that I've got or read. But I'll have to find out. And if I find it, I'll send it to you as well. But even if you just read a few chapters, you might find it interesting. It might sort of open your eyes to see like a different perspective, I suppose. Lizard. Oh, well, I've got a meat pie. Nice, good choice. I'm a bit funny with pies, me. I think it depends. Depends what's in them. I like steak. I don't like corned beef. People always... I don't know what it is with corned beef, but I think it's fucking vile. Let's push the left flank. We'll take this fella out. I'm going to switch weapon in a sec as well. Let's go P14, I think. Let's... oh no, Webley. We'll do Webley. Yeah, but for some reason I've been online at the minute. I'm playing as the Germans quite a lot. I'm either playing as the Germans or Americans. Right. And I'm using the car constantly, or I'm using it's not the what's the American rifle called? I think it's the I forgot what they use now. Completely forgot. But I'm just sort of sick of using them weapons, especially the car. I think the car, for some reason on Verdun, I feel it's underpowered. I seem to get a lot of hit markers with the car compared to other rifles like the Enfield, for example. I'm not sure why that is. So yeah, so today I actually got an opportunity to play as the Canadians, and I was using the P14 rifle, and it's a pretty decent gun. The sights are really good, the reload time, the accuracy. It's probably one of my favourite guns in the game. I think the Canadians are pretty much just the Tommies, but they've got a few more. I think the Canadian flanker class is a bit more out there, due to the sworn-off rifle, which I'll probably use today as well, just as a little showcase. Let's head for the hill. Sit the hill. That's where they seem to be at the minute. Pro Gaming Lizard, yeah, pie and donut, nice. What donut do you go for? Donut sounds like a really good choice. Nice. It's a good kill. You really get in the trench. Now I think I can try out the manual reloading here, so let's see how this works. Oh no, it's just one. Ah shit, no. It's the German revolver, isn't it? That has a bit more of a complicated reload sort of animation. Oh, ammo. I was playing against a guy actually on this map the other day who was using the is it the Realism revolver or something? I can't pronounce it, and I'm fucked here. Let's get down. And he was like, oh, he reloaded twice. Soldier of autism. Yeah, there's a guy who was using the Realism revolver. I don't know. Again, I don't know how to pronounce it, but he was using it and he was sniping with it. It was really interesting. He was a really good player, actually. Really good player. Because you never see people use that gun online. I think it gets quite a bad stigma with that gun. I'm not a big fan of it either. Just the reload times alone just piss me off, so I tend not to use it. So fair play to that guy for using it. Took him out. I feel like there's so many to handle here with this gun. And oh fuck. Nikita, Hebel, peasants could have killed other peasants because of their other peasants would have been from a different social class. Possibly. Possibly. Or it might have just been political ideologies, mate. Let's get in the cover. Either way though, Nikita, killing people for that, especially people who you may have lived with for like a number of years or generations, it's not right, and that's again, it's like another. It's why that book's interesting, because it sort of delves into that a bit. Pro Gaming Lizard, chocolate always, but ignore the combination. Yeah, it's a bit of a fucked up combination, but I think when you eat food late at night, yeah, you always have like strange combinations of food. Get down here. I was doing well there, a bit of trench clearance. I feel like they're spawning in so quickly after we're getting them. Let's get his head. Yeah, I've got him, dropped him. That's a nice kill. Got him. Quick reload, let's get some guys in here. We might have to call gas in soon. We've lost this trench. I've noticed as well when, I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but when mortars get called in, you can hear the shrapnel sort of going past your head, like they do that whiz noise that the bullets do. It's really good. Nikita, thing is that in a class struggle, only one class can win. Yeah, I suppose. Well, yeah, that's true, yeah. The thing is, Nikita, right, you look at any society in the world, and it doesn't matter how equal they say they are, what, there's always a guy who's at the top who's got more than someone else. Even in you know, communist states that have happened before. It's why, even though I don't agree with communism whatsoever, I agree with I think I don't agree with him either, but Ho Chi Minh was, I think, one of the most interesting people because he was you know, he tried to live more like a peasant, you know. He didn't. Some communist leaders like before have been very. It's quite hypocritical the way they sort of act and go on and dress and stuff. But Ho Chi Minh was very. I think he was very with the movement, if you like. Which is why I think he did so well with getting the people behind him in North Vietnam. He's a really interesting guy, which is why, again, another book, Max Hastings' Vietnam War, is worth a read. Pro Gamer Lizard, what are you drinking? Tea, and then also I've got some water. Let's switch again. For some reason I thought I'd unlock that one. Nikita, first years in Soviet Russia, workers and peasants controlled the country though, through direct democracy. First years in Soviet Russia. I'll have to read up about it, mate. I need to read up about it. I don't know enough about that. Have I got a bayonet with this? Yes, I have. Nice, nice. Right, let's push up. It looks like we've got the left side of the trench. As long as we've got the hill, then. The middle part of this trench isn't the important part. Like a lot of people try to hold the middle, but you need to hold the two flanks usually, and then it forces them to come up into a corridor, and you can just pick them off because it's a pretty easy trench just to pick people off. You can see them from fucking miles away. Let's get my breath. I need to hold my breath. Yeah. So there's manual reload, so I have to reload myself, as you can see. So it might be a bit slower sometimes. It's quite cool actually, that's a really good animation that. It's the first time I've used that setting. Not sure if I'm dropping anyone. Let's drop this guy. He's definitely dead. Right, here we go, full reload. So yeah, every time I shoot I have to press something which makes him pull the bolt back, which is, you know, a lot more realistic. I don't think you could use that setting online, you'd get fucked over too easily, but offline it's not, you know, it's not much of an issue. Should drop him hopefully here. He stopped running. He's gone back. There we are, got him. I'll get back into cover a bit. That's our guys there, isn't it? Let's get them in here. We should win this soon if we... Oh yeah, we already have. Right, let's go. We haven't got anyone on the right flank, and there's smoke or there's gas in the way, so there's probably... I imagine there's some Germans on the hill, but I'll take care of them soon. Nikita Hebo, Soviets was the way that people controlled their country. That's clueless. Very clueless, mate. For some reason the chat's not hardly working, so if I'm reading it late, apologise for that. Lord. Gotta hear the way they are, move sometimes, they're so like they're robotic sometimes. Sometimes they're okay, but then other times they're just sort of... It's like fucking Pac-Man. Yeah, there's some guys in the hill there, let's try and take it through. Got some suppressive on. Hebo, did I miss last stream? I'm not sure. I streamed. When did I stream? Friday night. I tried to get one working. It didn't work for some reason. The stream went down completely. So I was really fucked off and sort of called it a night. And it's been playing up recently, so I don't think you were there Friday night, but it was only on for like 40 minutes before I got took down. Which is a bit of a shame. I was doing some online games and yeah. Still waiting for this fucking capture card to be posted. I'm not sure when it's coming. It's costing me an absolute fortune. But I'll be able to record in like 4K or something apparently. Can't stream 4K, but you can record apparently. So hopefully the graphics will look even better when this comes. Right, let's quickly reload. Nikita, in a socialist state, anyone could have reached the same level of living as country rulers, and also social inequality in socialist states was always lower than in capitalist states. It's interesting. How did you get into that, Nikita? Because I've never asked you that, have I? Was it just something you're interested in, or do you learn it at school or something? Lizard, that's why I got a notification. Yeah. You would have got well, if you got your bell on, you'd get one. I used to hate that feature, but I think it's quite good because you don't want to get notified for everything that comes on YouTube. Only the stuff you want to see. I feel like on my YouTube account, I'm subscribed to loads of like fucking channels over the years. In fact, like yeah, I must be subscribed to hundreds, and half of them I don't watch anymore. And if I got notified for each one, then yeah, my phone won't stop fucking buzzing. Oh, fucking hell. Lizard, most of the time I don't know what the hell Nikita is on about. I don't think he's always on about politics. Nikita doesn't come to watch the stream, he comes to preach. Maybe that's what you should become, a preacher. My shooting's atrocious tonight. Apologies if you're watching. I'm going to hold this hill, we'll get some guys up there. You know, I'm going to call some gas in down there because we're going to struggle to see. I really, like, honestly, I'm so reluctant to call gas on this game. Especially if I'm playing as the Germans. Just because the masks are still a bit shit. There's the gas, hopefully that will throttle them for a bit. There's two of them, there's a few in there. Yeah, there's another one. I think he just spawned them straight away. Right, I'll get back into cover. But I've got the next video that should be out. What's it called? Beginner's Guide. I've got another Beginner's Guide coming out. But a few people ask on the one that I brought out a year ago. It's done. It's probably I think it's the best video on the channel. It's got 7K views or something like that. It's done really well, and there's a few people asking for an updated version, which I said I would do. So yeah, if you're new to the game, that should be out soon. Trying to take this fucker's head. There we go. Got him. Nikita, in socialist states, unemployment was non-existent. When in 1929 people in the USA were losing their jobs, the Soviet Union was closing its unemployment centre. Yeah, but then Nikita, that's the time of like fucking, like that's around the Stalin times, and that's when he fucking killed a lot of his own people. I don't think killing your own people for a change of political ideology is worth it. It's all right, you know. It's all people were working because they fucking had to. You know what I mean? And I think obviously people should work, but people should be working off their own back. You know. Killing millions of people to sort of get where they were, which wasn't right. It's not right ever. Don't get me wrong. I hate lazy bastards. Everyone should work, you know, but they should want to do it off their own backs. Kid in Manning, nationality equals equality. Nikita Hebo, I was learning all these things by myself, and the thing about inequality comes from, I think, Tomo's Piketty's social study. I've never heard of that. Never heard of it. Clueless. Hey, you should make Caden a mod. I've never known him to. This is the first stream I've seen him. Or do I know he's not going to start banning people left, right, and centre? Might be a rogue mod, like Nikita. Nikita made himself a mod. I didn't even do it. Kid, I'm sitting next to Clueless right now. Hopefully not as a hostage, mate. Just text help if you want us to call someone. Lizard, do you wear full Adidas tracksuit with a full-blown modded out car? No, I don't. I can truthfully say, mate, I haven't I've never wore a full tracksuit. I don't think ever. Yeah, I've never wore one. It's always jeans. It's got to be jeans, mate. Or shorts. Shit, they came really quickly there. Fucking hell. Nice headshot. Take him out as well. That's another one. Try and get my team over this side. I might have to call him gas early here. Just in the middle of the field. Where's my guys at? There should be... Yeah, there's one. He's fucked off. He's fucked off. I don't know where he's gone. Where they're coming from? Far right. There's a guy there. Out of ammo. Quick read the comments. Clueless is with me right now. Caden, help. Shit. Lizard, I was talking to Nikita, sorry. No, right. No, I don't. I think I've had this theory that Nikita's some sort of Russian mafia type. That's why he's in Malta. He's living in Malta, but he's Russian, and he lived in London, so he's got to be some sort of Russian mafia type fella. Some poor shooting there. I'm going to use my bayonet. I'm going to go right to the right hand side because it looks like we're getting pretty fucked up there. He's dead. Clear up here. There's one down, another one up there sniping. Out of ammo. Let's get some guys down here quickly. Better than call me. Call you Carson. What, the Tucker Carson guy. What's the difference between cocaine and kids? I don't sell cocaine. See, that's your first step to modhood with jokes like that. You're showing signs that you're fit for the job. Probably get banned off YouTube, mate, for saying things like that these days. Let's take him out. Quick reload. I need to remember to reload. That's really going to fuck me up if I don't. Let's go for the bayonet. He won't sprint. He's down. Let's move up. I've cleared out. Let's get the guys in. You know, there's definitely gore in the game at the minute. I don't know where this... I admit I was struggling with it before, but I think as soon as you put your settings on high instead of ultra, you do get it a bit more. It's definitely a lot more frequent now. At least I'm seeing it. Out of ammo. Let's use the bayonet. Let's discharge this fucker. No, I'm down. Good kill. That's a lot of gas. That's got to be one of our guys, I think. One of our teams. I've got the ability cooldown modifier on ultra, so not ultra, what's quick. so that you do get like more mortars, more gas, more smoke and stuff. So I suppose it makes it more realistic, but it's better for me. It just means I can call in commands a bit quicker. Nikita, the Great Terror started only in the 1930s, and that's the reason for it was. Incoming war and terror was meant to be aimed on the counter-revolutionaries and anti-Soviet elements. Nikita, are you squatting? Jesus. See, the only book I've, I didn't even read the whole book, I only read a section of it. It was, it's a book from, I think it was the 1980s, and it was a book that we were forced to read in uni for one of the projects, and it was like, yeah, they call it essential reading, and it had a lot of stuff to do with the Cold War and communism and in the Soviet Union and how it worked. But I think it was a bit, it was biased. It was by an American author, and she seemed very anti-communist. So I didn't, you know, you can only take so much from. You have to try and get an unbiased source, I suppose, when you read stuff like that. Which is why the book I sent you is pretty interesting on China. It's like it's unbiased. I'm not sure. Again, I keep getting mixed up with that one and another one though, because it's one of them where it actually gets real accounts from people who were around at the time, and it's a pretty good one. Got to reload there. He's got to reload. There we are. I've got him. Manual reloading. Bayonet. I'm getting shot at from behind. They're everywhere. Fuck. Nikita, sadly some innocent people got caught in the crossfire, but this is a problem with any revolutionary state which fights against inner and outer enemies. Oh, sorry, Philip. It's my own teammate there. Sort of panicked there. I could hear someone on my headphones sprinting at me, so I just thought, fuck, I'll turn and shoot. It's probably a good job they don't have friendly fire online, because I reckon it'd be a massacre. I think there'd be people on this game would exploit friendly fire. They would just fucking troll you constantly. Can drop him there. Need to try and drop him. No. Let's push up. There's one down. Two. Out of ammo. Let's charge him. Over. That's a nice kill. That's a really nice kill. I'd love to see more bayonet animations. I wonder if... so I haven't watched much Tannenberg gameplay. I'm trying to sort of stay fresh for when it comes out. And so I'm wondering if they've got like more bayonet animations. That's one of the reasons I really liked Call of Duty World at War, because like one of the reasons I found it really immersive is the sort of little animations which they had in the game, which made it like ultra violent sometimes. But I think you need a war games have to be like that. It's one of the biggest issues with modern war games. Oh, shooters. Clueless. Lizard, are you talking from jail? He probably is clueless. Apparently he broke into a pub the other week, he said. Nikita. Hebo, the author of the book which you sent to me just claims that famine was a genocide, and this seems biased for you. Well, I'm not sure. Why is it biased? Either way, the famine was totally avoidable. Obviously, there was they actually did have some bad weather and stuff, so there was always going to be a little shortage. But the policies he made were intentional and shouldn't have happened. So that's why I think a lot of people count it as part of the genocide. And it wasn't just that though. The famine wasn't just the genocide. There was also, as I said, the rural killings and things like that, which sort of went along with it. But with Tannenberg coming out soon, I've got the World War I history books out, ready to read some stuff about the Eastern Front, because I have no clue. Well, very little knowledge on the Eastern Front. So I'm pretty excited for it. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream the game the first night it's out or just like make a few different videos for that. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, I've got like three of my favourite World War I history books ready to read. It's a nice kill. It's a really nice kill. A dyslexic man walks into a bra. See, that's a good one. That's a good one. I tell you what, there's an absolutely fucking horrible dyslexic meme I found on Google, and I can't even explain it to you because I will literally get banned off YouTube. But I think if you type in dyslexic meme on Google, and if you'll know when you see it, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible, but fucking made me laugh. Where was he running to? I'm not sure. Let's take him out. It's a nice kill. There. How are we doing here? Well, we're still holding on. We've still got a few guys in. 2 on the left. We're losing the centre a bit, which you can tell from here, to be fair. It's a nice kill. Take that fucker out up there. Someone's behind me. There he is. Oh, there's a few of them. Counter attack. There we are, I've got him. It's nice. However, this claim, famine is genocide, is a political cliche used towards all communist regimes. And in this case, mate, it's true. It's not. This one isn't cliche. You read it, it's totally unavoidable. Unavoidable. Fuck me, get my words mixed up. Caden, is it the first one? I can't remember, mate. But I remember the first time seeing it, I was in tears laughing. You know, it really got me. It really fucking got me. It's like honestly, I can't even explain it on YouTube because I honestly think I would get banned. Yeah, I shouldn't because it's just having a little laugh. But you know what people are like on YouTube these days? Fucking report you for anything. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? There he is. A nice headshot there. We'll get some guys into this right flank. What is your opinion on femboy hooters? What the fuck is that? I don't know if that's a joke or something, mate. You're gonna have to explain that one to me. Nice kill. Good shot. Good fucking shot. Did I call gassing? Yeah, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Dropped him there. Google it. It worries me that clueless. In fact, I don't want it. It didn't sound right. Femboys. Is that some weird Thai shit? Is it? That's more Nikita's area. That's not mine. Hebo, I can't accept or dismiss your words because I just simply don't know anything about China. China lied, people died. That's all you need to know. Have we lost the left? No, we've still got guys on the left. Considering we sort of nearly lost the first trench we're in as well, we're doing pretty well now holding it. Holding this one. Turned it around a bit. There's a guy there. I'm going to have to bayonet these fuckers. Yeah, I'm down. Nice, nice. Baby Seal walks into a club. Is the Drifter still communist? He fucking isn't, mate. The Drifter's recovering. I was with him last night. We had a few beers and stuff, and he's probably recovering today, I imagine. I think he's got to be up early to go to hospital today for tomorrow as well. So I don't think he'll be on stream tonight. I tried to stream. We were doing a co-op on Friday night, but the stream went down. So if you got a notification for the stream, that was why. I was playing with him there. We did alright, but he kept screaming like an autist. Which he does, he's got a bad habit of doing that. If I ever stream with him, you'll see, he's got, I don't know what's the word, it's, every time he throws a grenade or something comes in, he just goes, oh, he just starts screaming. I'd love to see a face cam when he's playing, because I reckon he's just, like, some sort of facial disfigurement as he's shouting, you know. It is quite funny. But yeah, next time I stream with him, you'll see. It's like having a dog, just barking constantly. That's what it's like. That's what it's like playing with. I kidnapped Clueless till you make me a mod. I can't make you a one, mate. It's just... There's no trust there yet. There's no trust here. Although if I'm making a Kira mod, I've got some sort of... I don't know, I've got an issue, I think. The thing is, mate, I'm not... the reason I'm not keep putting... I wasn't even going to make them two guys mods. It's just because there's no need... There's not really a need to have mods. It's just... This channel's very open. People can come in, see whatever the fuck they want. I don't really care. You know, but...
We're not giving this up without a scrap.
All you get for being a mod is a little fucking spanner next to your name. And you get a Hebo Live cap. And socks. Hebo, last stream you asked me, what's the problem with traditions? Drifter asked you that, mate. I didn't ask you that. I remember you gave him quite a kick in the arse answer. Well, traditions are temporary creations of its time. For example, slavery is a tradition. So yeah, it's like almost like a trend. Trends can turn into traditions if you like. Yeah, tradition's not as fixed as people think. I agree with you there. You're right, completely right. There's different types of traditions as well, as like cultural traditions and political traditions. You know, it's not just. It's a very open term, really, when you really dive into it properly. Fuck, I'm stuck on something. It's just gonna be this trench all game, I think. It's not gonna move past this. It's a very nice kill. This is Kid and make me a mod. Hebo, is there a chance I'll be a mod in the future? Do you wear a Parker jacket, mate? Do you have a scooter? And then you're a mod. That's a joke. I don't know, like a modding. I don't know if you've heard the term what a real mod is, but maybe, mate. As I say, I'm not. It's nothing special being a mod. It's just they were there at the time and begging for it, so I just made them. Thought why not? But it's not really needed, to be honest with you. It's not. You know, the channel's not big enough to need loads of mods. It's just there's no point. And again, I don't really ban anyone or anything like that. People can say what they want in chat. If it's really that bad, YouTube will fucking ban them anyway, so we don't even need mods. Okay, thank you. The spanner is cool. I tried to change the spanner into my face and it just didn't work. It didn't work, so... Hebo, cultural tradition or any other type of tradition is man-made created, which means it also can be simply changed. I know, yeah. Well, that's what I was saying to you. It's a very open term. It's not a fixed term. You're right. Level 90 now, guys. Prestige 1, level 90. Looking to get Prestige 2. I saw a guy called Revik, I think his name is. I think he's a Yank. And I've known him. Well, I've played with him, I think, once or twice in Verdun on my friends list. And I think he must be Prestige 3 or 2. But that guy, he plays the game a lot, to be fair to him. But yeah, I feel like at the minute ranking up on Verdun, you can rank up quicker since the update, because I've played this game for like 3 years, and before the update, I felt ranking up was very difficult. It took a long time for me to get a level 100. So, well, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Caden, what other games do you play? At the minute, what am I playing at the minute? What am I playing at the minute? I've been playing a lot of Red Dead recently. Pre-Evolution Soccer, I've been playing a bit of that. I've been playing Total War, Medieval Total War on the laptop. Medieval Total War 2, and I've got a few mods. I've got an English Civil War mod, and I've got the Kingdoms mod. I'm going to try and get the Lord of the Rings Third Age Total War mod as well. Maybe plays the Orcs or something. Fucking hell, I've played Destiny recently, Destiny 2, because I've got a mate who's really into Destiny, so he wanted me to join him on that. But that went a bit tits up. I sort of raged at it because I sort of got confused on a certain element of the game, and I sort of went on this massive rant, and it turns out I was wrong anyway, so I didn't need to do that, but anyway. But yeah, mate, Red Dead 2 I've been playing a lot recently. Just story. I think Red Dead 2 online is shit. I think it's just a money making scam. It's complete bollocks. So I don't play the online. Oh shit, we're attacking. Just shot my own guy in the back. Fuck. Clueless, I'm back, boys. Welcome back, Clueless.
Forward, boys! Over the top, boys! Enter!
God, I wish I could sprint more. I feel like the sprinting's not enough in this game. I understand why they haven't got it too much, because I suppose you can be overpowered if you've just died and you run straight back to the trench too quickly. Then it's unfair on the other team, I suppose. But it is what it is. There's a guy up here somewhere. Is he there? He's going to bayonet him there. Yeah, he's gone. I've got him. Good shit. Two arms in a row. Let's go for a third. No. Oh, no, we didn't. Did we? Oh, no, we got his neck. Here's what it is. Quick reload. You got two arm shots in a row there. That was pretty good. Pretty pleased with that. I think I'm, at the minute on Verdun actually though, I'm trying to get the trophy 5,000, make 5,000 headshots, which is, it's a pretty big trophy, but I don't think I'm too far off at the minute. I use the rifle class, or sniper rifle classes, primarily in this game, so I do get headshots more than probably most people, just because a lot of people in this game at the minute seem to be using machine guns and you don't really get headshots of them. So if you're looking to get headshots, use your rifle. It's still not, half the time you get headshots, it's just fucking luck anyway. It's a nice kill. Where's it? Yeah, there's a few of us in here at the minute. Oh, he's got me. Good shit. Nikita, Hebo, the tribal way of living is called the Marxist science, primitive communism. Because everybody worked there not because their will, but they paid for it. You have to rewrite that one, Nikita, mate. Caden, EA is just a scam for money. Yeah, it is. It's a complete scam. It's a shit company. I was saying recently there've been, you know, this Black Lives Matter movement that's been going around, and then like every time you start up FIFA, they've got this message for like Black Lives Matter, and you know that they don't give a shit really. They just do EA, the worst company in the world for like virtue signalling and stuff. They're just anything they can get money from, or anything they can, they'll do it. And I think 2K. I actually think 2K is worse than EA. Apparently that. I mean, I don't like basketball at all, but the NBA game for next gen is going to be 70 quid, and that's just fucking ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. I tell you what, right? I honestly. I think 50 quid's too much for games. I don't think there's many games on console that are worth £50. That's why I love Verdun. It was cheap. It was decent. It's a proper shooter. It's not like these shite Battlefield 1 things, or what is it? But the World War 2 Battlefield that's got fucking robot arms and shit. But yeah. But that 2K game, that 2K is a despicable company. They're shite as well. I mean, I'm not a wrestling fan either, but I know the wrestling games, they absolutely shit all over them with graphics and stuff. It's fucking horrible. And apparently they run horrible as well. It's one of the reasons I moved over to PES. I used to play FIFA, but PES is just, there's more effort in PES with the gameplay and there's less money involved with it. It's cheaper. I just don't believe it spending like insane amounts on games anymore. It's just not many games are worth £50, and a basketball game is certainly not worth £70. They're taking a fucking piss there. I wouldn't give them a fucking penny for it. It's shocking, absolutely fucking shocking. And the people who buy it are stupid. This is the problem. The reason they get away with it is because you've got fucking numpties that still pay £70 for a fucking game. We're never going to get this sorted until people stop buying that shit. But what can you do? People are cunts. There's my little rant there tonight. EA is a scam. More should be free. I agree, kid, mate. Most games are that poorly made these days. They should be free. Ubisoft are one of these companies where I think they get away with a lot of shit, because I think a lot of Ubisoft games are they all play the same. They all look the same. They're just shite. But you know, it's like Assassin's Creed. I think Assassin's Creed's been shit for years now. I think they used to be good earlier on, like back on the PS3 and Xbox days, but I just think it's shit now. Is there even a story in Assassin's Creed now, or are they just going back to history whenever the fuck they want? And you know, but yeah, it is what it is. Pro Gaming Lizard 2K pissed me off so hard I almost had a stroke. Yeah, I nearly had a stroke when I saw the price. Fucking face went lopsided. It's out of order. It's completely out of order. But you can't win with sports games because the only two guys that make them are fucking 2K and EA, and they're both scummy companies. Hebo, primitive communism because people were working in the system, not because they will get some reward, but because they had to work. Yeah, they were forced to work, aye. He's shooting up there somewhere, I don't know who. I'm not sure who he's shooting at actually. I feel like I'm just sort of clearing up the trenches here for any guys that get through. Sounds like we're attacking now. No, we're not. One of my guys just shouted over the top, so I started running. What's your favourite football team? My favourite football team is a non-league team. You won't have ever heard of them. They used to be in League 2, and then they were also in League 1 a few years back. But they went into like administration now. So non-league now. When I was a kid, I used to support Arsenal for some reason. I had a sort of attraction to Arsenal. I don't support them anymore. I don't like Premier League football. I actually prefer rugby these days. But I just think like I don't agree with the money that's in football anymore. I think a lot of teams just sort of there's no like they just buy the players. Now the players are fucking lazy and stuff, and it pisses me off. I'm not going into football, but football's not as good as it used to be. Even like the atmosphere in stadiums and stuff, it's just shit. It's fucking shit. You got a stadium full of like 60,000 people, and you could hear a fucking pin drop. So yeah, rugby's more my thing these days. Try and hold this left flank for a bit. Although actually there's some openings in the middle. I'm just going to keep doing trench sweeping for now, because they're going to get through either way, I think. Push down the right flank. Take my mask off. Let's have a look. Quick scan. I think there's a guy. There's a guy up there actually. Bayonet him. Like the police saw the Blair Witch him, he was just standing at the wall, wasn't he? Fucking hell. Right, out of ammo. Nikita, Hebo, not forced to work, there was no one to force him. But because, oh, hold on, have I already read that? But because they had to work, they understood in their own. I know you're going on about, mate. I know you're on about. You say they weren't forced, but if they, you are forced in a society like that. Because if you don't, then you're not providing. Because it's all state based, isn't that? Isn't that the point in communism and socialism, that you create, you create everything for the state itself. Everyone's for each other. You know what I mean? So you're not paying taxes to the government. Everything you make is for you and your family and the state itself. Kaden, I love capitalism. Don't tell Nikita, you'll have a fucking fit if you use you saying that. Keep calling in smoke, it's pissing me right off. So yeah, that's what I was on about before. You see this little backpack that he's wearing. I'm not sure if that's the flamethrower or the backpack, I can't tell. Yeah, must be a backpack, I think. Or maybe it is a flamethrower, I'm not sure if anyone else knows. Let's try and jump back in quickly. We're doing pretty well. I'm going to switch class soon as well. I'll probably go to the rifleman class. So I don't think I'll be sniping, but I'll be using the P14 rifle, I think it's called. The Ross. Is it the Ross rifle they call it? It's really good. Really good gun. Pro Gaming Lizard, I love capitalism. It was a really nice kill actually. I thought it was slightly right to him. I didn't think I actually got the hit him there, but just caught him. Manual reload, there we are. I'm just slipping here. Got him. Yeah, he's still there as well. Fuck. Yeah, he's got me. Shit. Okay, how about in communism, state is controlled by society. In capitalism, state is controlled by the small elite. Yeah, but the problem, what I'm saying, Nikita, my issue is, it doesn't matter, because I bet you even in a state that controls, it's controlled by society, there's always going to be someone at the top who has more than someone else. So in the end, this whole philosophy doesn't work, because there's always going to be someone who has more than someone else. It can't work. There's always going to be, that thing is always going to be there. There'll always be someone who has more than others. An elite, if you like. Hitler loved capitalism too, and he loved socialism. Pro Game Lizard, that's cool. Right, let's push up. So Caden, do you play Verdun, do you, mate, or you just... What's your game that you do? Let's move down. No one down here. In fact, there is someone. Oh no, that's my own team. Jesus, fucking think. Caden, there's always going to be someone with more than any government. With any government. Yeah, but even if there's not a government, there's still always going to be someone who has more than someone else. It's just It, even if there was regulations in place, there's always corrupt people. There's always people who want more. There's greedy people. It's always going to happen. It's impossible. You know, you can't enforce it. Or even if you do, there's going to someone will slip below the line. Let's move in. How are we doing? Doing all right here. We're doing all right. Usually on this map, it's a fight for the trench that we just came from down there. It's usually offline mode anyway. It doesn't leave the first trench, but so far it's been pretty good. We've actually moved up. This fucking corridor, we always get these. I think I took one guy with me there. Caden, yes I have. Nice. Are you new to the game, mate, or have you had it for a while? How do you find it? What I mean by how you find it, do you enjoy the game is what I mean. It's like 50-50 I think with Verdun. Some people get it, absolutely love it, can't get enough of it, others absolutely they hate it, think it's shit. Which is fair enough I suppose. It isn't for everyone, like, it isn't for everyone. Caden, I've had it for a bit. Clueless, I showed him. Nice. Well, that's what I mean. This is one with my argument of making this game part of the monthly free games is for something like that. So let's just say you gave it a download, Clueless. You really enjoyed it. You suggest it to your mates, and then they later, buy it later on. It just gives people who might not have originally noticed that the game's out or on PlayStation a chance to get it, you know. And if it's free. Yeah, honestly, making this game free would do a world of good, I think. Just for a month. Some of the shite we get on that free games of the month, I mean, it'd be nice to see a proper game on there like this. In fact, actually, the games have been better recently. I think this month we've got like Tomb Raider and... Oh, that's a nice kill. I think there's another guy. Where's he gone? No, I thought there was a third. Yeah, I think it's like Tomb Raider and something else. Oh shit, stop reloading. Reload. Nice, dropped him. Right, let's do a quick reload, let's get some guys in over here. It's an amazing game, I'm glad you enjoy it, mate. It is good. I imagine you guys will be looking forward to Tannenberg then as much as I am. Fingers crossed it's good. I've heard mixed reviews though. Some people say it's really buggy, some people say it's great. So it's going to be... Shit, shot my own guy again. Fuck. It's going to be interesting. I just really hope there's not many bugs. They can't afford it to be like this game when it first came out. Because just people will be really fucked off and they won't buy another game again from these devs. I don't think the console games deserve it as well because there's a lot of guys who've stuck on this game since day one. So if they fuck up the release for people who are still willing to buy Tannenberg, then they're really, you know, it's insulting actually, if anything. Gotta shoot this guy. Fuck. I think I've dropped him. Have I dropped him yet? Got him. Pro Gamer Lizard. 2K. Fuck 2K games, if that's what you're on about. Where's he at? Where's this fucker at? Is that his head there? I think I've dropped him, yeah, got him there. That was definitely a headshot, I think. Hey boy, in communism, there is a stateless society. In socialism, people elect their representatives. These representatives can easily be re-elected if the one who's been elected doesn't satisfy the people's wish. Yeah, but that's all well and good, mate, but that hasn't got anything to do with what we said before. And we're still saying there's going to be people who have more than others. So I don't think this whole system of everyone gets equal stuff and everyone's working for each other and this, that and the other, and there's always going to be someone who's corrupted it and will fuck it up. just like capitalism, there's people who are corrupt as fuck in it, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, every sort of economic and political system has it. Ah, shit. No. Do I get a gold star for bringing a new viewer? I'll send you a Hebo Live t-shirt, mate. I'll just need a 50 quid deposit if you don't mind. I'm only joking. No money involved in this channel. Never. Never. What's your favourite campaign game? Oof, that's a good question. I think on next gen, some of the best ones I've played, Red Dead Redemption 2. I really did enjoy that. That was a great game. I completed it within quite a good amount of time. I got the game in like 4 days straight. I was just non-stop playing it. But I was off the week it came out, luckily. So, what other campaign game do I like? Let's burn that fucker. Good to see my teammates are doing fuck all. Other campaign games that I've played. Life is Strange surprised me because I played Life is Strange going into it thinking it was going to be some weird fucking emo shit, and I actually really enjoyed the game itself. So I'm not going to lie, I actually The Last of Us, Life is Strange, sorry, was pretty good. The story anyway. Honestly, mate, I can't think of too many. This is compared to when I was back on the Xbox 360 days. I played a lot of campaigns. I loved the classic like Call of Duty campaigns, Call of Duty 3 and stuff. I used to love. I suppose recently I played the Brothers in Arms, one of the Bound in Blood on PS2 because I've got a PS2, so I was playing it. I was playing Brothers in Arms, which is amazing. Call of Duty 3 I've been playing. Campaign's amazing. So I'd have to go for them, mate. They're some of my favourites. Caden is a surgeon. What the fuck was that fucking... What the fuck does that mean? Hebo, Hitler liked socialism so much that he even proclaimed the holy war against communism. The first people who were killed by Nazis was communists. Yeah, I know that. Well, so a socialist state will eventually die up because there's neediness. Right. Program residents, can I get a Hebo Live bra? It depends, mate. It depends. Depends. I usually only give them out to my Patreon members, you know. Going to hold here quickly because I need to read these comments. Can I get a Hebo Live thong? Unfortunately, we're out of stock of them at the minute, mate. We're out of stock. As soon as I get them, though, I'll send them your way. I hope you're okay. It's got a big picture of my face right down the middle and then my logo on the back. Just to spice things up, you know. Some people like them, some people hate them. It is what it is. Okay, however, eventually the state will die out because the state is a creation of class society. And if there's no classes, what's the point of a state? But we create the class system. Hebo Live, fans only. Patrons, mate. No, I have no fucking Patreon or any shite like that. I'll just hand them out for free when I get them. Sometimes if you ever see the fake taxi, it's got my logo on the window in the cab. If you look closely, you can see my little Hebo Live logo. but that's the closest to sponsorship I get. Pro Gamer Lizard, but I need it for the girl in my dungeon. Jesus. I'll get banned for saying that. I shouldn't have read that one out loud. Fucking hell, Lizard. Quickly reload, quickly reload. Let's get some guys down the middle. He was looking the other way there. I need to reload quickly. It's a nice shot. Took him out. Let's keep pushing, keep pushing. I'm just going to go on a bit of a rampage here because we need to fucking take it back. This guy's running away. I hate the AI sometimes in this game. They play really strange. Fuck. Hebo, what did you like in Life is Strange? I started the first episode. What did I like? It's just the twists and the story. It really grabbed me in because I think what it was, Nikita, is as I said, I went into the game expecting fuck all. I thought this is just going to be some sort of weird fucking emo-y shit. And the first episode was fairly slow. I nearly actually gave up for the first episode because I wasn't too keen. But then it started getting quite interesting, and I sort of got into the story. And then by the end of it, I was like, "Fucking hell, yeah, this is pretty good." So, yeah, it's just stick with it, mate, and see what you think. You might like it, you might hate it. It's personal preference, isn't it? I suppose, but I enjoyed it, I think. Right, what should we do next, fellas? Picardy? Let's do let's do this. Picardy. We've already done Dormont tonight. Clueless has sent a link. Don't click that, anyone, because you don't know what the fuck it is. If it's from Clueless, it's dodgy. That's all I know. Hebo, as they were created classes, they can only be destroyed. But remember, Hebo, as they were created, they can be destroyed. Remember tradition. Right. Hebo, no, I really enjoyed the first episode. Well, I'm glad you like it. Glad you like it. My mates laugh at me every time I tell them that I like the game. It honestly, mate, I would never have normally played a game like that. That's why when I tell people I played this game, they get surprised and they're like, what the fuck are you? They think I'm going to dye my hair blue or something, But it's actually a decent game. It was a decent game. It's got a gripping story. That's the thing. It sort of got my attention. So. I'm never going to give you up. Oh, fuck, don't rickroll me. That's old school, that Clueless. Hebo, have you ever played The Walking Dead? I haven't, but I've watched the entire walkthrough. I think the Brad used to play it. So it was, I really enjoyed it. Pretty good game. Leonfield, we've already used that. Unlock. Yeah, let's use the Sworn off. Let's do this. Plays the flanker class tonight. Here we go. It's an interesting little weapon, this. You can see it's not the easiest to shoot with. It's more of a close quarter combat type thing, but it's fun to use. It's fun to use. If you're a beginner, don't use it. You want some fucking sights. That's what that link was. You're gonna rip for all people. You've earned 2 stars tonight, Clueless, for that, mate, because you bring back old school Rickroll shit. You've just earned another fucking star for that, mate. Oh, I've got to reload, haven't I? I've got to reload. There we are. Got to get used to that. Whoa. I feel like there's a bit of a lock on there. What's going on? Oh, it's because I'm going up the ladder, that's why. Yeah. Right, let's keep pushing down. I mean, the Canadian class in general is very like, as I said, it's pretty much the Tommy's class. But this is slightly more offensive just due to this weapon, just due to this sort of flanker class, You can be a lot more agile in the trenches and stuff. Again, its accuracy is a bit dodgy with no scope, but I've got grenades and shit. Got him. Manual reload, is it working? Yeah. I've got a club, I've got a trench club as well, so we've got a good mix of shit. Bash that cunt in the head. I feel like we're going to take this trench pretty easily, by the looks of it. He just got hit in the bollocks there, that's got to hurt with a club. Quickly read the comments. Pro Gaming Lizard, good job I didn't check it. We've got Rick rolled. I remember when I was playing GTA 4 back on the 360, I always used to look at how to get to fly one of the planes at the airport because you couldn't fly them. And there was about there's like 100 YouTube videos, like tutorials saying like this is how to get in the plane on GTA, and every single one was a Rick roll video. And I fell for it every time, so it shows I'm a bit of a fucking tit. But yeah, Hebo Live fake stream. Who fucking cares? Hebo, can you please make... What the fuck? Pro Gamer Lizard, Hebo, can you please say... Can Hebo... You can... Fuck that. That's made me dyslexic, that. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I've missed Nikita's comment here. Hebo, when I saw that had Life of Strange completed on 100%, I just couldn't believe that someone actually went through the first episode. 100%. Yeah. Honestly, mate, you get sucked into the game. It's pretty good. Reload quick. Ah, why did he aim up there? Ah, fuck. Caden, fake taxi, but it's fake stream. Maybe. I wish I need to sort of put my comments somewhere so I can read and play at the same time. I feel like I'm going to need glasses in a few years because of this. I've got one eye looking one way and another eye looking the other. Look like I'm part of the fucking funny farm or something. I'll get banned for saying funny farm. That's probably a term you can't say anymore. Let's go for these guys. One more. That was a nice. Oh, I was going for the third. That would have been great. Caden, you're a fucking strange one. And you're wearing your Hebo Live Bravo. No, I never. Well, I've told you the story before. When I went to do the little shoot for the taxi, I was expecting to have an experience where you just go and you see, you know, the behind the scenes. I wasn't expecting to be in the back of the cab. That's when the alarm bell started going off, when I realised I was the only person in the back. And they didn't give me any money to pay, so I was panicking, you know. I started fucking panicking. I thought, something's not right here. I just thought I was going for a little, you know, behind the scenes experience. Turns out I was the scene. Probably still see the video. I was trying to kick the glass in the back of the taxi, get it open, screaming. Let's keep moving down the trenches. Here's one. Is that? Team kill. I knew it was a team kill. I can't tell with these fucking things on. Hebo, what other games have you have comparable Life is Strange stories, simple and melancholic? I don't know if there is, mate. To be honest with you. To be fair, they've got the Life is Strange 2, and they've also got that the fucking spin-off, mate. they've got like a. So realistically, I should buy the second one, but I'm not. I've spent a lot of money recently, and I'm trying to sort of not spend any more. I'm just waiting for Insurgency and Tannenberg. So we've got Tannenberg in the next few weeks, and then Insurgency next month, end of next month. So I've got a very busy 3 months of games, and then obviously I'm moving back to York in September as well. So otherwise, I'd probably buy the sequel to The Last of Us, not The Last of Us, Life is Strange. But I've heard, Nikita, the second one isn't as good as the first, and to be fair, mate, that doesn't surprise me because that first game is pretty hard to beat. But the thing is, with that game as well, it's not stressful. It's one of these games where I feel like a lot of the games that I play, I go and I have to concentrate completely. For that game, I feel like I can just sort of relax a bit. It's almost like a film, which is why I do like games where, you know, like The Walking Dead, for example, where you've got like you don't have to do too much. You know, you're just going through a story. I know it's hard to explain, like, but you'll see what you know what I mean. How do you want this good Caden fellow to be sended for 5 minutes into the oblivion? Yeah, we're going to make him disappear soon. Like, he's getting a bit out of order. We'll put him on a warning. Put him on a warning. We need a nickname for him. We haven't gave him a nickname yet. That's when you know he's part of the channel, when he's got a nickname. I've got a nickname, but I don't know if I should say it. No, I won't say it. I'll be good. No, we've got Nikita the Man-Eater, the Russian bear. Lizard doesn't have a nickname, to be fair, either. No, don't. I make jokes. I like Hebo. He's a good person. Who we got? Hebo. Firewatch is a game where I can. Firewatch. Yeah, it's got a similar art style, I think, hasn't it, Nikita? It's got quite a interesting look. Yeah, I've heard that's meant to be quite good, actually. You know what, mate? If I remember correctly, I actually started watching. That's bad. I try to switch to my other thing. Yeah, I started watching the very first episode of Firewatch, but I don't know who was playing it. I don't know if it was like. It wasn't the Radbrad, it was someone else. I don't know who it was. Maybe it was. I don't know. I couldn't tell you who it was, but it was interesting. You know, it looked interesting. I never stuck with it for some reason. But it's hard to find time to watch a full walkthrough on YouTube. I did it with The Last of Us 2, mind. I watched a full walkthrough of The Last of Us 2. I'm not going to say any spoilers because people might have the game and want to play it, so I'm not going to say anything. But that was interesting. I preferred the first game, like, a lot more, but it is what it is. Clueless. My nickname should be Clue. Okay. Oh, weren't you the Mormon or something? You fucking Clueless is the guy with like 7 wives, isn't he? From what I remember. Nakia, Hebo, yeah. Firewatch is a simple and I like the endings which bring you this happy sadness feeling. Yeah, bittersweet. I think it's known as. It's like a bittersweet feeling. I actually watched a film today that you guys might like, which was similar to that. It was called Hostiles, where this guy called Joe something for the US Army had to work with an enemy who was a part of one of the native Indian tribes, and he had to take him to Montana. And even though they hate each other, they end up like getting along and working together. So it's a really good movie. Hostile, it's called, I think. But yeah, it was interesting. It's sad because I really native Indians really interest me. A lot of the culture. We had to when I was back in school, I had to study them for I think two or 3 years, if I remember. In fact, I had a fucking exam on the American West. Probably one of the worst exams I've ever had because I hardly revised for it. I just passed. It's a nice kill. Who is it? Caden, I have 12 wives. Does not surprise me. One of them's clueless, isn't it, Caden? Right, we're attacking. This is where the flanker roll works best. I was defending pretty heavily there with the flanker roll, but the initial charge worked really well. It's a really good class, Very quick, very agile. I'm stuck on something. Frog, welcome to the Oblivion. This one's just 5 minutes. Someone's been timed out by the looks of it. Plus, he wanted to see Oblivion. Caden, oh, he's the third wife. Ah. Thing is, I would un-Oblivion Lizard, but I actually don't know how the fuck to do it. In fact, I'm sure I tried to do it last time, and I think once someone's been timed out, there's not much you can do about it. If they've been banned, I can unban them, but if they've been timed out, you know, I think they've been fucking timed out. You know what I mean? You can't do too much about it. I just got they're all down here. Let's get some guys in over. Ah shit! I can't do that anymore. Got some nice grenades. That grenade probably nearly knocked him out, I think. How did that grenade not kill him, seriously? But no, it did kill someone. It took someone completely out. Got another one. What are these grenades actually called? Let's have a look. Egg grenades, yeah. It's realistic as well because this game, before the update, all grenades you could throw like for miles. It was really interesting. But now on the game, different grenades have different weights to them. So the German, that stick grenade, you can tell it feels heavy, you can't throw it far. But that egg grenade, I could throw it to the other side of the trench though. That's pretty good, it's good that they've done that. Let's get the club out. Let's take this guy out. Move down. Throw some grenades over the top. See how far I can throw them. You can't really throw grenades that far anymore in this game, other than these grenades, so very good feature. He's up here, let's try and reach him. Take his knee. And try and move further down. And go down here. We've got 2 guys down here, let's get 3 guys, they just stood there, I don't know what the fuck. This is where the AI is really fucking strange. There's got to be someone up here, surely. Oh, shit. Hebo, how is this happy sadness feeling? What's it called? It's bittersweet. It's known as bittersweet. I don't know if any of you guys watch Game of Thrones, but Game of Thrones was meant to be a bittersweet ending, and it was just shit. It was a shit ending to what was a somewhat good series until the 7th and 8th seasons. Talking about, I know you guys all are interested in Star Wars. I don't know if you've heard the good news about Star Wars, but that bitch who sort of runs it at the minute has just left, I think. So apparently there's a chance that they could be making the some sort of rebooting Star Wars again. So like the last movies that making the last movies. The last trilogy doesn't exist, basically. I'm trying to fucking... How can I explain that? They're going to erase the last the last series in a different universe or some shit like that. That's what I've heard. So if that happens, I'll be over the moon, because the last trilogy for Star Wars was unfucking bearable. It was awful. So fingers crossed. Lizard should come from Oblivion in around 2 minutes. It's prom. Yeah, we've got the Ross rifle here. I mean, this rifle's amazing. Look at the iron sights. Some really nice iron sights. I feel I'm going to be using this class for most of tonight now, I think. Let's get the mask on quickly. That was actually a team kill there. Fuck. Yeah, it was. Fuck. I mean, these iron sights, you don't even have to breathe, because the hoop is quite the sort of loop at the end of the iron sight's so good at that. It's sort of the breathing pattern doesn't really affect you too much. Obviously, it's still good to hold your breath when you can, but it's not necessary, I don't think. So yeah, fingers crossed they'll make the Star Wars films good. If it's true, if this rumour's true, then it could be a good few years of Star Wars. We will see. But I have a feeling it won't happen. Because for some reason people still like the new ones, and I just fucking don't know why. Who's been timed out here? Oh, fellas, you should be careful on the fucking timeout here. Just killed another guy in the back there. Look at that, don't even have to hold your breath for long shots. What a weapon. Quickly reload. Get back in here. Although my shooting is shocking. Got him. Nice headshot at the end there. Nikita, I'm clueless. What the fuck? Clueless, you told me to. Jesus. Ah, oh, come on, Joe. That's bad. That's very bad. Now tell me, what's the fucking reason to time out a guy who already understood his mistakes? Clues, it looks like you've upset Nikita now, mate. Come on, keep running for fuck's sake. There's one down. Another guy coming. Got him. Ah, shit, move. Fucking AI sometimes, tell you. It's strange how they're so static, and as I'm about to shoot, he fucking flies right. It's a nice kill. Let's hold the ground still. Nice kill. I think his own teammate actually killed him there for me. That was really helpful, because he would have fucking... I think he would have dropped me. Nice. Quick reload. Caden, what's the difference between me and cancer? My dad didn't beat cancer. Interesting. But that's a popular one at school. Next interview you go to, mate, for a job, you should fucking tell your jokes there. Yeah. Caden, respect for moderator for Dark Humour. Caden's earned himself a star tonight. There you are. Just giving them away tonight. So nice that we've got a very friendly community on YouTube going here.
Fly him out of their hole.
Very friendly for new viewers. The first thing they come in and see, what's the difference between me and Cancer? My dad didn't beat it, fucking hell. Oh god. The channel's been doing great for subscribers recently, and I just hope they don't join live streams, because there's a massive difference between the live streams and videos on this channel. Stand down, German. It's gas, it's a bastard. I'm going to move to the left flank. Yeah, well, this weapon you use is even more OP than human being. Actually, mate, this weapon is great. People complain about the rifles, saying it's too difficult to use, and it pisses me off that. There's too many people who come in this game and use like machine guns and shit. Just try using a rifle like this and you'll enjoy the game. What killed me there? I'm not sure what killed me. You earned a Russian star. Caden, this is communism. We all earn stars. You've earned a cold potato, Caden. Well done, mate. You've earned 2 potatoes this stream to feed you and your family. So machine gun must be harder. What do you mean in terms of to use? Or I think the most difficult part about the machine gun is the placement of your machine gun, because if you're versing a decent enemy team, they'll see your muzzle flash on your weapon from miles away. So sometimes placement's key. But in terms of like killing people, machine guns I don't think they're too difficult. But yeah, it's all about placement with machine guns, definitely. Well, no, it depends. Do you mean like the Lewis gun, for example, machine guns, or do you mean like the MP18 type? You know, or the BAR? I suppose that's more of an assault rifle, isn't it? The BAR, but depends, because the MP18 and BAR can be quite difficult to use. They've got massive recoil patterns, but sometimes you just spray and pray and you get the kills, you know. So all depends, mate. All depends. Depends what type of player you are. I find rifles the easiest guns to use in the game, just because that's the gun I've played with since the beginning. Especially the Lee Enfield. I think it's a great weapon, and this weapon I'm using here is pretty overpowered. Let's have a quick read. Hello, well, we are the first tier of subscribers which have our own atmosphere. Who knows, maybe there are another Nikita on this channel who will change the atmosphere of streams again. Possibly Nikita, although I do doubt it. Sir Severus is our new subscriber, yes. Clueless, BR is near where I live. What's a town or something, or you're saying is it made near where you live?
Forward, boys!
But yeah, I do wish newer players would use rifles a bit more. It's good practice as well. I mean, the most common gun in the game, and the likelihood of you joining a random game and being forced to use a rifle is pretty high. So you may as well get used to using them, you know. It's not all new players though. A lot of guys still use rifles and stuff. I think again, it's like it depends what games you've come from. I think if you're like a fast-paced, used to like arcadey type first-person shooters, then you're probably gonna side to like submachine guns and things like that. But it depends. Let's have a quick read. Cerberus, I haven't touched them yet, but the rifles are solid. I have 2 hours of player time and I have 160 kills and 90 deaths. Well, that's good. That's really good. Nice. Who's your favourite so far, mate? Who's your favourite faction? Are you a Tommy's guy? Are you a German? What's your favourite? I think rifles are pretty solid in the game. I think you're right there. I think the Lee Enfield is probably the best rifle on the game, I'd say, for beginner players. Bane at that guy because he's in the fucking way. Nice, they got him. There was 2 guys there. Shit. Let's have a look. How we doing? A bit spread out at the minute. Oh, more. Let's get a quick reload. Hebel, the gun you use is OP. Yeah, this is a good gun as well. The problem is with this gun is it's the Lee Enfield's more common, which is why again I always say it's a better choice for beginners, just because you can nearly all the Commonwealth classes have it. But I think the Lee Enfield, like the sights on it as well, are just pinpoint accurate. I think you very rarely get hit markers. And I think, as I was saying earlier in the stream, is the issue is with the Kar98, for example. I always feel like you get a lot of hit markers with the Kar98. Even if you're hitting accurate shots, I still feel they're a bit weak sometimes. And the Lee Enfield, you can almost guarantee a kill if you're on target and stuff. And also, it's got 10 rounds. How many rifles do you get that have 10 rounds? It's pretty good. I haven't switched. Stayed on the server and played the Allies. The Enfield are very good. Yeah, mate. Yeah, definitely. 2 of the best weapons in the game. Or 2 of the best rifles, at least. It's good to hear that you're enjoying the game. Definitely. Yeah, he's got him. Nice. Good shit. Get some more guys in. This weapon that I'm using here, really accurate, fairly quick reload time. But my only issue is, and it's always why I put the Tommy's main rifle at the top, is because it's 10 rounds is amazing. Because with 10 rounds, if you miss a shot, there's not as many repercussions for missing. Like if I miss with the car, for example, or this rifle, then I'm a bit in the shit, you know. Get all the way. Has he got him? He's got him? Nice, he got him. Good shit. I shot my own guy there, sorry Philip. So we've cleared it out pretty much, that's good. Good clearance. Let's get some long shots in. Yeah, I think I dropped him there. I think now there are 2 or 3 servers live. Nice. I missed all the gore. There's still some gore in the game, mate. It's not totally bad. If you put your settings on high instead of ultra, then you'll see more of it. I've seen quite a lot this game. It's just less frequent. There's still fucking heads coming off and shit. It's just slightly less frequent. Where are we? Okay, we're here. Let's hold the ground. Oh no, press the wrong one there. Fuck. But to be fair, yeah, there's worse glitches in the game to get than the gore one. I know it's nice for the immersion, admittedly, but Hebel, you see, is a clear probe that even our streams is new subscribers friendly. He's only been in for a few minutes, mate. Give it time. I can't. I hate the gas. I really do hate the gas sometimes in this game. It fucks me up badly. Yeah, because the iron sights, as I said before, are so good on this. Sometimes you don't have to hold your breath, which can save you in certain battles or certain situations and scenarios. But obviously, you should try when you can. Nice shot. Quick read the chat. Yeah, hi mate. To put the gore setting on high, you should still get something. Again, it's still infrequent. It's not as good as it used to be, but I seem to get more gore in the high setting than ultra. I think there's some sort of glitch with the ultra setting at the minute. I'm not sure why that is, but that is the way it is. Oh, they've got him. Good shit. Bayonet. There's another guy there. Turn back. Some pressure on this fella here. Good stab. And that's my team. Quick read. Hello. To make the test for new subscribers, how is your Belgian diet? Belgian diet? Go reload, reload. I do like the animations when you've shot someone, how they drop it. That's pretty good. Okay, thank you very much. No worries, mate. No worries. Ah, you fucker. Right, let's have a look what we've got here. Let's use the Mark III. Let's go back to the Mark III for a bit. I'm going to keep changing up between these two rifles. I think I do want to use a scope tonight, but using scopes against the AI sometimes is absolutely unbearable. Just because if you're not in that trench, you're going to fucking lose it, and then you can't snipe when you keep losing trenches because they put so much pressure on you. I think sniping on this game is best when you're on the offence and you pick them off. I've got no bayonet. Shit. Oh shit. Hey, well, I mean, your two strange hobbies. I wish you'd stop saying this, Nikita. I haven't got two strange hobbies. Clueless, what's your favourite sandwich? Don't know, mate. Chicken. Chicken with some fucking herbs on it or something. I suppose barbecue chicken sandwich. I'm a very simple person. I can't say I experiment with sandwiches. Quite a boring person, really. What do you think of Tannenberg? I'm excited for it. I'm really excited. I just, like I was saying on the video I put on the other days, I worry that it's going to be brought out with loads of glitches, and if the glitches and bugs are anything like what Verdun's were when this first came out on console, it's going to be fucked. Because when Verdun, I know you've only had it recently, you've just got Verdun, but when it first came out, mate, there was certain glitches which like completely broke the game. There's one called connection timeout, so every time I wanted to play multiplayer, it just didn't allow me to. So yeah, it was pretty shit. So fingers crossed. Though, I'm optimistic for it, and I think it'll be good. And I think if they do it right, it'll be a reboot for the series. If people like Tannenberg, they might buy Verdun. So yeah, fingers crossed it's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to it. And again, I don't know too much about the Eastern Front and World War One, so I've got my history books out ready to read a bit more into it. So playing like history themed games always gets you in the mood to like watch documentaries about shit, you know. So, aye. This is why have you changed your name to Frog? Yeah, I would buy. I saw the graphical update and then I bought it. Yeah, I did a review fucking over a year ago now, before the update, and I said to people don't buy it because before the update it wasn't worth it, because the graphics weren't great, but the graphics weren't the biggest off-put. It was more so the gameplay itself just wasn't. It just wasn't working very well. I honestly nearly gave up with this game at one point, but then I don't know. I kept playing it in the end. But this game's the best it's ever been. I'd say. People think it's the worst it's ever been, but I think it's been in worse states than this. There's a few people out there who really hate the new update. But you're always going to get people like that. Oh, some bad shooting here. Bad shooting. Can't get his head. Pop down. I must have. I haven't hit one shot here, I don't think. I've got him? Yeah, I've dropped him. There we are. That's why 10 rounds is necessary, because if you're shite at shooting sometimes, that helps you. Let's get some more rounds in. The thing is with this new update as well, is that I can do all this immersion stuff which I'm playing now. I can change all my settings to be more realistic. I can make my own custom game where I can play in certain time eras instead of like for example I can play in 1914 or 1915, and I can choose exactly what regiments I want to play as and what units I'm playing against. So I can make the immersion pretty good. Because with these settings I've got now, I couldn't play online just because it wouldn't work very well. But I'm playing offline here, so I can put manual bolting on, manual reloading and shit. So it works pretty nicely. The game like this looks amazing. I think it looks better than when you've got all the HUD and shit on your screen. So, oh, team killed. Fuck. Let's read the chat quickly. Bob the man. Hi Bob, how's it going? Yeah, it's better now for sure, definitely. Yeah, the game is much better now. Again, the only reason people say it's worse is because there's certain glitches which fuck them over, but it's easy for them to say. But like the glitch I had at the start when this game first came out was like game breaking. I couldn't play the game whatsoever. So to say the game is worse than what it was now is completely fucking stupid, you know. Are the bots in this game fun? They're not great. They're not bad. They're not great, mate. If I'm honest, I prefer playing online against people. But again, tonight, because I'm making it more realistic, I'm just playing against bots. So I think what annoys me about bots is it's the running patterns which they do. They're a bit fucking weird. In terms of shooting and stuff, they're not actually that bad. If you put them on hard mode, it's fucking difficult. It's very simple. I really liked it with output. Yeah, definitely, mate. It looks better, definitely. But yeah, I'm using I'm against bots in this one tonight. I was planning on playing online instead, but I streamed online on Friday night and it broke. So admin ends the match. What the fuck?
Pull back. We get them next time.
I'm sorry, fellas. I didn't mean to do that. If you're watching, we'll go on Thunders either way. Yeah, Frong. I think Lizard, you need to change your name back. It's confusing everyone in the chat. So you know, Hunt Showdown. It's a whole other game. Another game. I've never heard of it, mate. Never heard of that. If you tell me about it, I've honestly not heard of that game before. Nikita, Hebo, when Tannenberg will come out, who are you going to play first? Austro-Hungarians or Russians? Unit under my command will be Soviet. I'm not sure. I'm interested in the players that I think honestly I'm really looking forward to, because again I just have no knowledge really of the Eastern Front, so I'm not too arsed to Nikita all players either. I'm just really looking forward to it either way. We're not too far off it now. As soon as it's out, I'm buying it. Clueless Hebo, should I allow Frog to be a... What's that? I'm not sure what that means, Clueless, unless I'm reading it wrong or something. You must see the trailer at least. It's not World War One or World War Two related, but it's not World War One or World War Two related, but it's not arcade at all. Oh, right, okay. Is it? So it's like what's it? It's like more of a modern warfare shooter. Is that what it is? Like current time, or is it coming out for console as well? I've not heard anything about that game for some reason. But I mean, the title interests me, you know. So. Should I time him out? He wants me to go. It's weird. Why does he want you to time him out? He's probably off his tits on some drugs. I don't know. Just he is a mank, so you have to be careful. Hebo, a guy who likes to feel pain. Oh, that's a bit fucky. That's weird. It's a bit weird if you ask me. Absolutely love this map. I was sniping on it recently. Great map to snipe on. Because a lot of the time, it's just so flat, this map, that, and there's a lot of shit in the way, so when you're a sniper you can hide really well, and it's rare people detect you unless you've got an enemy sniper, or someone who's hunting for you at least. Let's have a look over here, we've got some guys. Oh, that was a nice headshot, that was a good one. Canderson, is that time again for dark humour jokes? Where does a girl with one leg work? Oh, I don't think that's that dark, I've heard worse than that. Oh, I'm getting pinned down somewhere, someone's shooting at me. There's a good headshot there. Quick reload, we'll get down. That's why I'm getting pinned down, he's right behind me. Got to reload. Got him, shot him right in the fucking bollocks. Let's have a look across here, you see that guy standing up? Let's get him. No, I've missed. Sorry about the PlayStation noise as well, it sounds, it sounds like it's going to fucking go into the sky, it sounds like a fucking rocket at the minute. At this guy. No, that's not going to work. Pebble, one of the streams you said that you need a pair of people who will do a good command. Me and Chris said yes. Are we still counted? Nikki, I'm planning on doing another community event soon, like a historical battle reenactment, which we used to do. We used to do them all the time, well, not all the time, but we used to do them every few months, and we haven't had one in probably about four or 5 months. In fact, we haven't had one for. So I'm going to try and arrange it. I just need the right people for the job. So I'll get you two guys on. But I don't know when I need to have enough free time to sort of set it up and get a proper command chain, because I don't want to just have a bunch of cunts and screaming kids coming in and fucking ruining it for everyone, you know. So the whole point in doing these sort of reenactment battles is it sort of, they're meant to be fairly realistic, so we'll see. Bob the Man, should I buy this game or wait for Tannenberg? I don't know where you're from, Bob, but it depends how much money it is. Depends how much money it is, mate. I think it's a pretty decent game. And I know at the minute in a lot of countries it's pretty cheap. It depends what you like. If you like a more sophisticated shoot, it's not arcade, but it's not ultra realistic either. It's a bit of a mix, you know. So it depends, mate. Right. Who's in the chat? So yeah, at last it's for consoles. It's set after the American Civil War. I like the sound of that already. In Louisiana, but with a twist and a very much unique game. I mean, it sounds Sound traps, no respawn. Very mean AI, another hunters. Alright, that sounds interesting. Did you ever play a game called Call of Juarez? Bound in Blood, where you play as two brothers who were part of the they were like in the Civil War, and then they sort of left it to go to Juarez to get gold and stuff. It's a really good fucking game. It's like a cowboy first, like a American West FPS game. It's really fucking good. That actually sounds really good, mate. That really does sound a good game. I don't know why I haven't seen that advertised anywhere. Is it new or something? It must be new. KSU Frost. I'll join you, mate. Have you got PS4, KSU? If you've got PS4, you can add me on PS4, and then I'm going to arrange it at some point, but I'm not sure when. What I'm trying to find, what I'm doing is I'm going to get like section commanders, so guys are going to be in charge of their own team of 3 guys, and I'll pass the messages on to the commanders, and they pass it on to their section. So it's pretty, it's a pretty realistic formation, and also it keeps people in line. A lot of these communities that people do, or when they try and do these battle reenactment things, is there's no proper set chain. So if I'm going to arrange it properly. But again, it's just when I've got time to do it, to be honest with you, because it does require it's a bit of a fucking chore sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, only the 2 Western games. It's a real hidden gem. Yeah, it sounds about. I feel like Verdun's a hidden gem, That's what I always say. But that does sound good, mate. I'm gonna have a little look at that after the stream, I think. If I don't hit him, I'm gonna throw my gun at him. KSU Frost. Yep, KSU Frost. Okay, nice. I'll try and find you after the stream, hopefully. But I'll start planning it soon, hopefully, and then we'll see where it goes. I mean, it might happen, it might not. I'm not going to guarantee anything, but I need to find like I think at least 6 people to be like commanders. That's the plan. Or to be squad commanders. That's the idea. They have to be mature as well. I don't want any fucking screaming kids. I can't be asked for any of that. So the last battles, I think I'm trying to think what battles we've done. I'm not sure if we did Passchendaele. I think we did Passchendaele. That's what we did. And it's on my channel somewhere, I think. Or it's on History Lads channel. It's one of the 2. And it went really well. Just arranging it is such a difficult thing to do on PlayStation, because it's finding the right people on PlayStations. It's really fucking difficult. There's a lot of idiots about. Oh yeah, there's one down. Let's try and get him. Out of ammo. Let's reload. I might have got a double kill there. Clueless. What do you have to say about Caden playing FIFA right now? He should have bought Pez. As long as he's not buying fucking packs for a daft amount of money, I'm not too arsed. Play what you want. All I'm saying is that EA and 2K rip you off massively. They're really shitty fucking developers. And what I was saying before is if people keep on buying these like games and packs for daft prices, then they're always going to put them in games, so you may as well just not fucking buy them. But people will. Hebo, we still didn't finish a debate, by the way. Yeah, I know. We will at some point, mate. But when I'm on, just send us a message, and I'll get you in a party or something. I think the Drifter, he's the one who wants to speak to you more than anything. That's some bad shooting. That. Really poor shooting. Very poor. Take the legs. KSU, imagine Band of Brothers on PS4. I know the closest thing we've ever had to Band of Brothers was Brothers in Arms on Xbox and PlayStation. Old gen. Great games, absolutely great games. It's a shame we don't have anything like that. this is what I mean. Like the war game genre on next gen's been so fucking poor. We've had fuck all really. Verdun's the best sort of shooter I've played on PlayStation next gen. I didn't like any of the Call of Duty games. They've all been a disappointment for me. I'm trying to think what else I've played. Played some other stuff, but I can't. None stick in my mind. So, and about the graphics, it's powered by CryEngine. Oh, so it must be quite good then. I wonder why I haven't heard of that game. And who's the devs? Who are the devs to it? Sir Carlos. Or Cerberus, sorry mate, I can't pronounce your name. Who are the devs for it? I'm gonna need another drink soon, mate. Fuck. It's getting cover here. I'm no kid, I'm 22, nice. Nikita, how about you? Count me mature. Yeah, I'd say you are. I hate when the young lad dies and brothers in arms. Yeah, there's a lot of sad moments, mate. There's a lot of sad moments in it. So it makes it so good, isn't it? Though, them moments sort of make you want to, you know, they make the story better and stuff. Makes it more realistic as well. A lot of games are too pussy these days about what they include and what they don't include. Let's go for his head. Bad shot, let's reload. And some more guys in here, let's hold the ground. Let's hold the fucking ground. Got him. Got him. We must just be holding on here. We can't seem to push our way out of this shit. Comes another advance. Pioneer Regiment of the Germans. This regiment's probably one of the best German regiments on the game as well, because they've got the best machine guns in the game. I think the LMGs. I think it's got an insane amount of ammo and it's really accurate. So if you're a machine gun player or LMG player, then Pioneer Regiment. It's a good one to play as. Crytek develops it. Oh, alright, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a look at that. Candice, it's okay. I got it for free and I don't spend money on it. Nice. Nikita, how I think Drifter touched by my speech against monarchism. Yeah, you pissed him off a bit there. I think you did piss him off. KSU Leggett, I think it was. I can't remember. I can't remember which one was it? Because I've played it. Leggett. I don't know, mate. I couldn't tell you. Frog. Drifter is a cool guy. He is. He's a funny one. Doesn't like it when I keep calling him autistic, man. Doesn't say. My only issue is with him is every time he plays Verdun, he's like he just keeps fucking screaming constantly every time a grenade goes off or something, you know. It's like a firing squad there. There was a lot of guys on the hill just bunched up. This is why the AI sometimes is a bit dodgy on this game. Let's go for their legs. Can't hit this fucker. Oh, there's a lot of them there. That's a big advance from down the middle there. What were you and Caden doing while in Oblivion? Oh, Frogman. Pro Gaming Lizard is back. You don't want to know. KSU Hell's Highway. Yeah, I think everyone says that's the best one. I think. The one I've got on PS2 is Bound in Blood, which is, I think that's probably the second best one. But yeah, the one you're on about's the that game that's fucking brutal. That game. Couldn't see fuck all there. Pro Gamer Lizard, like the autistic kid at the back of the classroom. Yeah, he just kept shouting every time I was playing Verdun. Not in a bad way, just as I say, like it's like he is there himself on the battlefield the way he goes on sometimes. It makes me laugh. It makes me laugh more than anything, but just The problem is, when I was reading out the comments, halfway through you just go, ugh, he goes like that, and you're like, fucking hell, George, I'm trying to read a comment here. You know, you know what I mean? And it's just... Especially when you're talking to Nikita and he's on about politics, so he's rattling your brain and you're concentrating on Verdun, then you're concentrating on the comments, and then you've got George screaming like a... or the Drifter screaming like an autist. I feel like one of these people who works at daycare or something. Pro Gaming Lizard, tell him I said he's cool. Will do. I will do. Yeah, we've got enemies down the right flank at the minute. It'd be really nice if we had some mortars mine. I think we'll hold this trench, but I don't think we'll be able to attack. I know counter attacks possible at the minute. They just seem to be getting through constantly. Usually the AI is sort of quite spread out, but here they're really fucking bunching up. It's a nice hit. And the guy running over there, I think I dropped him. There's a guy just behind that sandbag. Got him. That was a nice kill actually. Tell you what, I wish the bodies didn't disappear. That'd be interesting. Before the update, they didn't. It was quite good. Well, they didn't for a while anyway. They have to disappear now. I don't think the game can handle them being there. Oh, that's my guys. Fuck. Nikita, the Drifter likes a debate, but he's a monarchist. He looks like my poor. No, he is for Queen and Country. The Drifter, he is. Imagine tanks in Verdun. Oh yeah, that'd be great. Someone, I think, on quite a few streams, people always ask like, what things would you like to see in Verdun? And a lot of answers are always like tanks and stuff. But that would be just, that'd be fucking brutal, wouldn't it? In Verdun, it'd just be complete anarchy. Let's bayonet this fucker. Let's get him. No, he's got me. Nice kill. Nice kill. But yeah, tanks in Verdun would be cool, really would. I've always just said I'd like to use some of the stuff that's left on the battlefield. You know, you've got like mortars and artillery shells and stuff. I think it'd be really interesting. Someone the other day said, "Fucking imagine horses on Verdun." It'd probably work for one map, the Arsene map, but any other map it wouldn't work. That was a nice drop. There they are. It must be where the smoke is. Let's have a look. Yeah, left flank. We're not leaving this trench this fight, I don't think. Actually, he's dead. It's bayonet up, out of ammo. Got him. Nice, nice. He shot his own guy in the back there as well. It fucking helped us out quite a lot. Keep moving. Good kill. Good kill. Go for the bayonet on it. Nice, nice. Ah, shit. Oh, I tried. Nikita, who is better, USMC or Spetsnaz? Clueless. Spetsnaz, they are the tough Russian motherfuckers. Clueless, but Navy SEALs will destroy them. KSU, I'm not a fan of the Ross rifle. I personally prefer the Lee Enfield. Yeah, really? That's interesting, that, actually. That's interesting. I think the Ross is a pretty good rifle. I'll tell you why I like it. It's because the iron sights mean you, like they're really accurate, so you don't always have to hold your breath. With the Lee Enfield, the Mark III and the like the Car 98, for example, I think because the little iron sight down the middle is so small, I feel like holding your breath is almost necessary sometimes. Obviously, you can't always do it, but yeah. I think I prefer the Ross, but yeah, the Lee Enfield is the best rifle in the game, without a doubt. It's just the 10 rounds, and the accuracy of it's pretty good. It's the first gun I've used. In fact, I've got I think I've actually got a day's playtime on the Lee Enfield. I'll check the stats after this battle. Actually, I'll change up because I've been playing the Canadians for a while. Programming isn't, but the SAS will destroy them and players. It's hard to fight an enemy who feels a full disregard for his own life. So no, true. SAS would lose during their tea break. Put like back then, it was getting jammed because of the dirt and mud. I'm not a fan of the Ross, just not a big fan. Yeah, didn't know that. Didn't know that. I know though. I know that the Lee Enfield, from what I've read, that was a pretty. The Mark III at least was a pretty good rifle. Apparently, like at the start of the war, a regiment of British soldiers could fire like a crazy amount of rounds in a minute or something. Like they were really well trained. We just had a really small army at the start of World War I. That was the issue. But there's a good book by Max Hastings about it, and he was saying how the Germans couldn't believe how good the British were at the beginning of the war, but it was just obviously they just didn't have enough soldiers and we had to conscript. Let's get the ammo in quickly. Nice, there's one down. See that guy's head there? Oh, got hit from the right. Who was this? Verdun on PS5 now, is it? That's interesting. So it should be though. I think it would be anywhere on backwards compatibility, you know. But yeah, 40 to 50 rounds in a minute. It's insane. That's insane. Really, really good guys at the start. I mean, we were good all the way throughout, but they were full experienced soldiers. British Army have always been the best trained soldiers in the world. It's just a strict regime with what they do. I'm not sure why they cut down the force just before World War I. I know there was a reason for it, but I think when we were at our biggest, when we had the colonies in the US, I think that's when Britain was at its biggest military capacity. I think, I'm not sure. Like full-time military, not like conscripted, you know. But I'm trying to think. But I know I think we had a massive navy, didn't we, at the start of World War One, and maybe that's why they didn't think they needed a big army, just because of the colonies and stuff, I suppose. But I don't know. I need to read up on it a bit more. That's my own guy. Shit, bayoneted him. It's an interesting topic either way. Yeah, the British people, you play out of the association. KSU, Frost, Royal Irish. Well, was that the 1st Regiment, was it? That was in. As I say, the Max Hastings book, he goes through it in massive detail. Just completely forgot a lot of the details, which isn't good. Great book though if you're interested in World War One on the Western Front. Tell you what though, from reading it, a lot of it's quite aggravating to read because of some of the higher ups within the British Army and French Army were just so fucking poor. I think one of the French generals he was just had no regard for life or anything. He was a complete prick. He was a coward as well. I think he managed to get out of doing certain battles or something. I need to figure out who he was again. But yeah, it was insane how it worked. Let's take him out. Oh, I'm down. Let's have a quick read. Hebo, well, the most powerful and undefeatable army in history was the Soviet army. Oh, for fuck's sake. Here we go. There we go. Soviet army, the best at killing their own people. KSU, the reason why they did cut a lot of military personnel was because of the younger men lie about their age and people being too old. Ah, that's interesting. Interesting. Didn't know that. Did not know that. But yeah, I think at the start of World War One, we only had like 100,000 fully active, full-time active personnel or something like that. It was really, really small. Same with World War Two, actually, wasn't it? Our whole force was in Dunkirk. That was the expeditionary force. That was our whole army there. Could have been wiped out at the very start of the World War Two there in Dunkirk, and we were very lucky, thanks to the French who helped us out as well. The French get a lot of shit, but they did well in Dunkirk. They covered the British whilst they withdrew from battle. Clueless, okay, I'm going to head out. Cheers, Clueless, for joining. Appreciate it. Have a good one. There's one down. Where's this fucker going? Why is there a bit? There's a bit there. I don't know, when the guys were going past, there was a bit of like a lag or something there. I'm not sure what was going on. This is because it was most prepared and most motivated to fight army in history. You can't say I don't think they were very. I think that's wrong. In the key, that's. I think that they weren't prepared whatsoever. They just brought anyone in. In World War Two, Soviets, they couldn't have been more unprepared, I don't think. As the war progressed, they were, but look at Stalingrad, for example. They weren't prepared there. That was the turning point, though. After that, that was the turning point. That's when they started getting the weapons, tanks, and shit. How about where did kill their own Hitler come from? Stalin. Very nice kill. Very nice kill. Reload. Fuck. Can't believe this battle has moved on from this. Good headshot there, took him out completely. Got guys going in the right now, that's cool. Gas to the left, get the mask on. Imagine the Russian Empire in Verdun. Yeah, they're in Tannenberg, aren't they, so it's all good. Well, the Soviet army broke the spin of the second most powerful army in history with their own force. No, they did. They did. They broke one side of it, and the winter did. The Russians and winter itself. Two words, the gulags. Yeah, but, I mean, by 1943 it became the most prepared too, yeah. Yeah. It was the years prior to that, for some reason they didn't have much. Well, I suppose because I don't think they knew, the Russians didn't know that Hitler was going to sort of stab them in the back, did they? I know Hitler always knew he was going to do it, and obviously the top Nazi officials did, but I don't think the Russians had any idea it was going to happen, so they probably thought they would be safe. But either way, yeah, by 1943, fucking, they had, how many tanks did the Russians have? Wasn't it? It was like an insane amount, I think. In fact, I think Russia today still have a massive land army. I know the navy isn't that big, but the land army, I think, for Russia is pretty fucking big. Imagine that. I think they've got more tanks than anyone. Could be China, actually. China might have a bigger land army, but I don't trust China with anything at the minute. It's a nice kill. Should have got him. Should have got him there. Got him. What's your opinion on the trench gun? Fucking, it's a great gun. It depends what map, mate. It depends what sort of scenario you're in. It's a really good offensive weapon. I suppose it's good for defense as well, but I think it's better for offense because you can run quick. It's got a decent range on it. For maps like the Argonne sector and stuff, I think it's a top weapon. Oh, he died twice there, what the fuck? He's pinning me down here. I'm gonna stay in cover quickly. Yeah, I'm a shotgun man. Can't blame you, to be honest, mate. Can't blame you. It's pretty good. Battery 34, right, okay. Shit, should have gone for a headshot. Oh, well, I've got him. Yeah, the shotgun's really good for certain sectors, and I was using it. A guy who was fucking unbelievable with a shotgun today on the EU server. At one point, he was just taking everyone out. I think he was called Whacker or something like that. He was a pretty good player. But yeah, it's got a good range. So like any Saint Mihiel would be great if you're in the trenches on Saint Mihiel. Again, that's another good map. And you can get a bayonet for it, so you can't go wrong. If you run out of ammo, you got the bayonet. So it's a good weapon. Good weapon. Right, let's see what else have we got. What else have we got tonight? Let's go flanker for a bit. Trench Club, Lee Enfield with bombs. Webley. Let's do Lee Enfield with. I always like to have a bayonet in this game, though. That's sort of my little thing. So I don't like this class I'm playing as now. I'm not a big fan of. I know you've got grenades, which are supposed to sort of make up for the loss of the bayonet, but all I want on this game is a bayonet and a rifle, and I'm happy. Got it. Let's get a grenade down there, actually. Let's get two. Fucking fling them. How about Soviets were preparing, but the way Soviets acted in the beginning of the war brought all those preparations to shit. But even in this desperate situation, Soviets were still standing strong. Yeah, they were. I mean, the country, they completely pulled together. You can't knock them. You can't knock them. You can't knock them. It's a nice kill. It's a very nice kill. Go back in. Here we go. Yeah, I mean to be as unprepared as they were by the end, like by the sort of Stalingrad time, and to take that back like they did was amazing, because the Germans were at the sort of full height of power at that point, weren't they? Although we did pretty well in North Africa against them as well, with the SAS and stuff. KSU Frost. The main downfall was the first month. They were used, their shells swelled, and if you fire next to your face, it's gone. I have a habit of using the bayonet. Yeah, it's a great weapon for, or it's a good capability at least for flanking and stuff. It's just always, it's like a solid backup that you can use and rely on. And yeah, if you're up close, especially online anyway, you want to use your bayonet over your bullets. Save your bullets for like extreme situations. Come on, reload. Ah, fuck, I cocked up there. Ebo, on the Nazis' plans, the border battle with the Soviet units should have ended in minutes. In reality, some units were fighting for a month, yeah. Yeah, they put the fight. And Germans, even though they were prepared for sort of battle, they weren't prepared for the winter conditions. Getting fucked up here. Come on, come on, come on. don't know what I'm looking forward to more though, Tannenberg or Insurgency. Because I feel like with Verdun and Tannenberg, we've got like our historical era shooters that you can rely on at least. But Insurgency is bringing like it's bringing like a modern day battlefield. You know, like you'd see in like a Iraq style, for example, or something, which you don't get with many games, or at least you don't get with modern games anymore. So I think that's gonna be really good. And then graphically it looks amazing. The sounds look amazing. It's like a more arcadey version of Squad. That's how I see Insurgency. But yeah, fingers crossed it'll be good. And fingers crossed it comes out in August, like they said. Don't delay it again, because Insurgency was actually announced that they were going to bring it out on like the first year, or one of the first, maybe the first or second year PlayStation came out. So yeah.
Not done until it's done.
I want the current Time War game to come out. Like, well, Insurgency is meant to be like that, so we'll see. We'll see. Arms on PS4. Do you mean like Brothers in Arms? I think that's what you mean there. Yeah, I'd love to see remastered. Apparently the devs who used to make Brothers in Arms are apparently are meant to be doing something, but I don't know. Or Armour, yeah. Armour, I doubt that would ever happen. It's too complex, isn't it, for console? They wouldn't sort of bring it out. But anyway, fellas, I'm gonna get going because it's 2 AM and I've been on for a while now. So cheers for watching as usual. Have a good one. Stay safe.